Hello guys. Assalamualaikum to our lecturer Dr. Mulyati and Dr. Nurini. My name is Afif Iqmal bin Muhammad. I am the first presenter. Our topic for this presentation is based on our research is superhydrophobic coating. Next I will like to introduce what is superhydrophobic coating. A superhydrophobic definition means tending to repel or fail to mix with water. Coating that offer a superhydrophobic surface can impart multiple advantage to the coating surface and substrate they apply. The superhydrophobic coating is property that govern the extreme water repellency and navigability of a solid surface by a liquid, typically a water, and have a self-cleaning capabilities. There are many examples of nature offering superhydrophobic surface. They include plants and insect surface. The most notable natural repellency exhibited by lotus leaf is what inspired scientists to initially pursue research into superhydrophobic phenomena. In fact, the term lotus effect is still synonymous with superhydrophobic behavior. Next, we go to our problem statement for this research. This problem statement is focused on the problem faced by the student. One of the problems faced by the student is the uncertain weather factor. This problem can be seen when the students are often experiencing wet and dirty problem in their goods, especially in rain day that cause a student walking or riding on motorcycle exposed to rainwater. Additionally, many students today are involved in rugged sport activities that are definitely exposed to this and wetting. With respect to this factor, this could to attribute to health issues with wet and dirty are susceptible to bacteria, and this may affect the health of the student. Furthermore, wet stuff take a long time to dry. On the other hand, when exposed to water and leak, it will be quickly damaged and look bad even if the goods are on the high quality. Next, we go to our objective for this research. First, to study the benefit of superhydrophobic coating. Second, to share knowledge about superhydrophobic coating with UTEM students. And third is to do a comparison between the coating and uncoated material. Next, we go to our research question. Our first research question is what is the benefits of this product? And the second is what is different between coated and uncoated material. Next, we proceed to our scope for this research. Our research project will focus primarily on the function of the superhydrophobic coating. These studies also focus on the implication of this product based on the function that can overcome the problem faced by students. For collecting the data regarding this issue faced by the student, questionnaire spread through the Google document form in the primary equipment that we use, and also using the secondary data like journal, book, internet, and etc. Next, I will pass this presentation to our second presenter.
Next, I will explain you about literature review. Over the past few years, the scientific communication as well as the world coating industry has seen the introduction of oxide polymer superhydrophobic coating with the exceptional water repel. This is because although we are creatures that require water to live, we prefer our surface dry, either to protect them from degradation, keep them clean, or simply because we do not like the touch of wet fabric. According to Borul et al. In 2017, most surfaces are easily wet, which leads to several problems such as corrosion, dirt, ice accumulations, mold, bacterial and plant growth, and so on. Next, according to Maxime P. in 2016, water drop roll off when tilting the surface by a few degrees. However, low surface tension liquid like oil or other organic contaminant easily adhere to superhydrophobic surfaces. In the second point, he stated that superhydrophobic surfaces can be prepared using various methods such as salt processing, etching, and microwave plasma. spin coating, dip coating, and spray coating. Next, according to J.T. Simpson in 2015, he stated that liquid water has a relative large surface tension primarily due to its electrical dipole. One simple way to think about water dipole behavior is that water has a tendency to stick, including itself. Okay, so we come to the conclusion of this chapter. This chapter reviews on the problem faced and the benefit of super hydrophobic coating. The evidence has proved that the super hydrophobic able to govern the extreme water repellency and non-wettability of a solid surface by a liquid. My name is Muhammad Asif. That's all from me.
Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Asfar Rais bin Zuraidi and I will present chapter 3. Chapter 3 is about methodology. Methodology is the procedure to collect the data required and the analysis method will be included in this chapter. In this chapter, we have two sub-points. There is data collection and data analysis. In data collection, we have primary data collection and secondary data collection. Meanwhile, in data analysis, we have primary data analysis and secondary data analysis. Okay, in the data collection, first we have primary data collection. In primary data collection, in this research, one method, namely questionnaire, which is comprised of a set of related to the research study, was used to obtain the response and opinion about the super hydrophobic coating. Our target is for this survey is student UTEM, therefore only the student UTEM involved in our survey. There were 11 questions consist of choices, multiple choices, rating scale and open-ended question, which divided into 3 sections which were used to collect information and data. The 3 sections are section 1, demographic details, section 2 is understanding super hydrophobic coating, and section 3, implication of super hydrophobic coating. The questionnaire took 10 minutes to finish. We add the link in the description about example of the product to explain a little bit to the contestant of the questionnaire. We plan to receive about 30 respondents. By getting 30 respondents on our questionnaires, we are able to get more accurate and precise data regarding on our research. Okay, we move on to the next subtopic, secondary data collection. When the data is collected by someone else for his research, workhand has already passed through the statistical analysis is called the secondary data. The secondary data is the second-hand data which is readily available from the other resource. We had used internet and past research study during the process of doing this research and used as reference for literature review and discussion part. All the information related to our studies was taken down from secondary data as reference to complete our questionnaires. Okay, next of the topic is data analysis. In this section, we will focus on how we analyze the data we collected from our questionnaire and secondary data. In primary data analysis, this part we will refine to obtain the results of questionnaire from Google Docs. Perception and opinion of 30 respondents of student UTEM toward the super hydrophobic coating will be analyzed through Google Docs. The data collected in Google document will be analyzed automatically in graph and chart form, but the data from Google Docs will be refined to ensure the obtained data of questionnaire from Google Docs is correct result. After the data analyzed, a conclusion was made based on the result to determine the overall feedback from the respondents. Okay, next to the secondary data analysis. Secondary data analysis is the practice of using secondary data in research. When carrying out this type of research, We are not just collecting information and reproducing in its similar or identical form. We are reworking the data to address our main research objective as a research method. It saves both time and money and avoid unnecessary duplication of research effort. Secondary analysis is usually a contrast with primary analysis, which is the analysis of primary data independently collected by a researcher. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you very much.
Hi, I am Sharafuddin Ismail. Moving to the next chapter, results and discussion. After collected enough feedback from the respondent, data was analyzed in graph and chart from which generated directly from Google document. Each question from the questionnaire was analyzed separately and discussion was made. From the figure above, majority from the respondent is from FTKE with the percentage of 43.3%, about 30%, and 23.3%, about 7% from the respondent are from FPTT, 66.7%, about 2% are from FKP, 10%, about 3% are from FKEKK, 6.7%, about 2% are from FKE, and the rest are 3.3% from FTMK, FKE, and FTKMP respectively. Next, from figure above, it shows that majority of the respondent, which is 63.3%, about 19% of them are from second year student, 36.7% of them, about 8% are from third year student, 6.7%, about 2% the respondent are from fourth year student, and the rest from the first year student. Next, majority of our respondent, which is 90% of them, are Malay, 6.7% of them are Chinese, and the rest 3.3% are Indian. From the figure above, majority of the students know what is the super hydrophobic coating. The percentage of respondents who answer yes is 56.3%, and the other 43.8% of them answer no. Next, from figure above, show that the source of the information about this super hydrophobic coating is majority is from internet, about 70% of them, and the second place is from social media, about 23.3%, and next is 60.7% of them choose newspaper, and the rest of them choose their friend and never heard about it. The graph shows that how often the respondents have been used this super hydrophobic coating. As we can see, majority of them, which is 76.7% of the respondents, never used this product before. Only 23.3% of them have used it before. From the pie chart above, 56.7% of the respondents agree with that the coated material more functional than uncoated material. The other 43.3% of them partially agree with their answer. As we refer to the figure above, the statistic of all three choices clearly show that most of the respondents, which is 86.7% of them, agreed that this coating could help students to keep their hair from dirtiness. The other 13.3% of them partially agree with this statement. From the bar chart, show the rate from students on their expectation toward this super hydrophobic coating. As we can see, majority of respondents, which is 50% of them, rate at 4. 26.7% of them rate at 5. 20% of them rate at 3, and the rest 3.3% of them rate at 1. For result from the secondary data analysis, Here's some summary on the find that we made based on some researcher state in the literature review and methodology. First one is Rupsha Batarsha, 2018. According that research, the advantage of this super hydrophobic coating, it will save water and energy. Next, it also will reduce the chemical cleaning agent, also reduce the survival of microorganisms, reduce the risk of infection, and useful in difficult and inhospitable area. From Ron Lee, 2015, he highlight about super hydrophobic coating will decrease the retention and corrosion resistance. He also said that it is necessary to define the relationship between contact angle and hydrophobic and hydrophilic. From J.T. Simpson, 2015, he said about making comparison between coated and uncoated material based on scientific research. A surface is classified by how it interacts, which is about hydrophilic, mean loving water, and hydrophobic, scared of water. Overall, the results obtained from secondary data analysis satisfy our objective in this research. To conclude all this stuff based on the secondary result obtained, a lot of research satisfies that super hydrophobic coating bring a lot of advantage or benefit to community in order to use in daily life or in industry sector. Thank you.
Okay, on chapter 5, conclusion and recommendation. As mentioned earlier in the introduction, the main purpose of this study is to examine the benefit of super hydrophobic coating and to do comparison between the coating and uncoated material. Besides that, we want to helping the student to overcome about super hydrophobic coating. After conduct the research, we are able to identify the comparison between the coating and uncoated material, where the coating product can extremely water repellent and non-wettability of a solid surface by a liquid. On the other hand, we obtain the benefit of super hydrophobic coating, and students agree that super hydrophobic coating is beneficial and give positive feedback to this research. 5.2 Review of method. In conclusion, the objective has been through structured questionnaire and observation about this super hydrophobic coating. 5.3 Review of finding. From the study, the hydrophobic coating, it found the coating is very well functioning. From the study, we can conclude that the student have knowledge about the super hydrophobic coating. The comparison between coating and uncoated material show a very clear result. On one of the significant finding of the study is that coating can keep the respondent away from the mess after applying the coating to their staff. As we know, many respondents are students, so every day maybe they facing rainy day to go to their class in this, and this is very useful for them. 5.4 Explanation of finding. It is very likely that this super hydrophobic coating is very easy to use. So here we can see that the objective has been achieved. For the corresponding who need to travel in non-roof vehicle or prevent the clothes or stuff wet, this coating is really benefit for them. By using this coating, they no need to worry about dirt, wet and floor anymore. 5.5 Examination of limitation of the study. There are some limitation when conducting this research, which is the time for this research is too short. This will affect the result that information obtained is limited. Besides that, the environment for conducting this research also limited. Last but not least, lack of research for this research can cause shortage if data, which also can jeopardize our credibility in this study. 5.6 Implication of the study. This project will focus on the people who want to unexpected wet situation where super hydrophobic can help them in no time and anywhere. This product also benefit to those who riding motorcycle. 5.7 Recommendation for future research. It is recommendation that this research should be conducted further, especially that material used to make this product, whether it is harmful to user, and recommended to do research should be conducted in the area that use this product frequently. Last but not least, can focus on people who always use it in daily life.